Now, the Department of Irrigation is warning that the water levels of the Kelani River still indicate a severe flood situation. The Water Science Unit, the Hydrology Unit rather, of the department noted that the water levels of the Kelani River were at 7.65 feet, according to the water gauge located at Nagalagam Street. This was a considerable increase compared to the level this morning.
With the assistance of the Sri Lanka Navy, a Newsfirst team today toured many areas which were affected after the Kelani River broke its banks.
දවස් 4ක් තිස්සේ මෙතනට වතුර මාත්‍යා කණ්ඩවත් නැහැ මිනිස්සුන්ට.
අද තාමත් මේ පැත්ත යට වෙලාද කියලාවත් බලන්න කවුරුත් නැහැ.
මේ වැල්ලම්පිටිය සේදවත්ත ප්‍රදේශයේ කටුපැලැල්ල හන්දිය.
This is the Katupalalle area in Sedavatta Vallampitiya. The entire area is inundated. It is reported that around 250 persons have been affected in the area near the 5th mile post.
මේ ප්‍රදේශයේ පහේ කණු ප්‍රදේශයේ අනාරක්ෂිතව කොට වී තිබෙන බව පවසයි.
The low-level road from Sedavatta to Ambagaha Junction today was witnessed as a waterway. Newsfirst visited Vannavatta and moved to Polvatta via Katupalalla and noticed that the water levels had risen compared to yesterday. Locals say that the water levels are gradually increasing. The team then moved from Vallampitiya to the Ambagaha Junction on the inundated low-level road. Both sides of the road were flooded, while some areas were 6 feet underwater.
This is the Colombo Avissavela Old Road. The entire road section has been inundated. To my right is Avissavela from Vallampitiya. The road is inundated all the way up and the locals residing in the area are heading towards Vallampitiya for safety.
ඒ මාර්ගයේ දෙපස පදිංචි ජනතාව මේ ආකාරයෙන් වැල්ලම්පිටිය ප්‍රදේශයට එනවා ආරක්ෂිත බව තහවුරු කරගන්න.
The Sri Lanka Navy rescued 3 persons trapped in a house in a by-road of the Ambagaha Junction.
What you see is a rescue operation to move people trapped in Vallampitiya to safe locations. Newsfirst today, with the assistance of the Sri Lanka Navy, visited Vallampitiya to inquire into the flood situation. These 3 people were trapped for days in their house because of the flood and are being rescued by the sailors.
Despite the rising flood waters, there were some who continue to remain in their homes.
The waters have been rising for 3 days. The reason why people did not leave this area is because of the fear of losing their belongings. The police must provide security. The police must patrol this area at least 3 times during the day and at night. It is not taking place.
The supply of water and electricity to the area has been suspended and the people who continue to remain are facing a situation of discomfort due to this. Relief teams noted that those who remain are being provided with cooked meals. They also face a risk with regard to sanitation and drinking water.
The Sri Lanka Navy, the police together with the locals have commenced operations to rescue people trapped in the area. People have left everything they own behind and are moving to safer locations.
The area surrounding the Kalupalama in Sedavatta was completely inundated. A rope was set across the path of the floodwaters to rescue those who were trapped, while many houses suffered damages.
මම දැන් රෙදි සිටින්න කළුපාලම රේල් පාර උඩ.
I am on the train tracks on Kalupalama. Behind me is the Sedawatta main road. A rope has been set across the waterways to move people back and forth. The water is also contaminated with oil.
The water levels in the areas surrounding the Kalupalama were on the rise this evening.
Everything got washed away. My house was washed away by the flood waters. I have nothing left. My clothes, my identity card, my marriage certificate, and everything else was washed away. We have nothing to eat or even wear. The clothes are of no use. My kitchen was washed away.
A large number of persons who were affected by the floods have taken refuge atop the Kelani bridge in Paliagoda. These persons, including children, are currently staying inside tents and freight containers. Donors made their way to the location to provide cooked meals to the affected.
There is food for the adults, but there are children here as well. Please provide us with some milk powder with some sugar.
There is no water for us to drink. The women do not have proper sanitation facilities.
Another group was displaced in Totalanga.
It's been 4 days and we're yet to see the arrival of a responsible authority. We cannot even study for the exams because the books were destroyed by the waters. We don't mind if we do not have to eat. All we need is a place to live.
This is the area surrounding Totalanga. The water levels of the Kelani River in the area were also on the rise. Colombo District Secretary Sunil Kannangura, speaking to Newsfirst, said that 150,000 persons have been affected by the floods. Programs to provide relief to the affected are taking place at various levels, while the three armed forces and the Sri Lanka police are coordinating rescue operations. Rescue operations by the Sri Lanka Army took place even during the early hours of today.